Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down there in the corner and subscribe. Also, hit the thumbs up button. As we started to do a minute ago and the battery died, we're going to show you how to replace your 220 plug on a welder. So it's real simple. You got to undo the screws that hold the plug on. There's 4 of them. Pull the cover off. And this one, that's part of the reason why we're replacing it. This wire was broke out of there and it was arcing like crazy. Kept losing power. And we're actually going to put one that's basically the same back on it, but one that's got good slugs. And what I mean by that is these right here. These plates in there, they wear out. So now we got this, here's the plug here. We're going to slide this rubber boot over all 3 wires that go in the plug, because we're putting the same plug on there, it's just a new one. And we're also going to get some electric tape and electric tape this up before we put it in the new plug housing. So let me get some electric tape and we'll show you what to do next. Alright guys, we got some just basic electric tape here, and we're going to actually, we're going to start up here at the top end. We're going to electric tape this plug, these wire, always pull your electric tape tight. One thing I was always taught when I was younger, always pull it good and tight. You can flip it on one side, but always stretch it back to you. And you want it to stretch. See, let's get that white discoloration there. It's where you're stretching this tape out. And roll that kink out of it. And we're actually going to go all the way back up it here. Just for insulation purposes. Now we've got that good and taped up, nice good flat surface. Alright, now we're going to get the new plug, and we'll show you how to fix these frayed ends up too. Be right back with you. Alright guys, we got the new plug here. I said it's identical plug, it's just the new one. And let me see, part, it's not on this instruction paper. Show you the part number of this plug. And 4805. And this actually come from Lowe's. When I said it's identical plug, we're just replacing it with a good one that's not going to arc with good ends. So we'll move this packaging out of the way. Now, so you always twist with your right hand when doing any type of wiring. You always, because you're right-handed. And unfortunately, yes, that means all you left-handed folks out there, well, your right hand. You don't twist with your left. You always twist forward. not backwards, forward. And you might be wondering, well, why is that? Well, simple. I'll show you here. That right there, folks. That is why you always twist right-handed and forward. Because wire nuts, that's the way they go on. So if you have any friends who are electricians, you know, when they're hooking the wires together, that's the way they go on. The threads are made inside that wire nut that way. So, you always twist it that way. So then, if you're doing some electrical work, installing a fan or a new switch or an outlet or something like that, and you put your two wires together and you put them in there, them suckers are going to lock together tight because you've already got them started the right way to begin with. Alright, so enough with that little lesson. Let's get these terminal ends here and put them on. So there's a little groove in this channel. Make sure you got that wire in that groove right there. Hold it in place. And you ain't gonna hurt it, tighten it down. Give that screw there a good hit with that nut driver. So yeah, that's good and tight. And do the same thing to the other side. And by the way, these are your ground wires. Like I said, you get it right there in that channel. There's an indentation in this brass plate right there. Get that wire right in there. Hold it with one finger and tighten her down. Then you got them good, locked in there good and tight. And then you got your hot wire right here. So I was looking at it because this actually goes one way specifically into the plug. I had to see which way it went onto the. Say the wires, make sure you get them tucked right there in that channel. Hold it with your fingers. Get it started by hand. So you know these plug wires are good and tight. They're not going to come off on you. Then you take your plug in. You insert them into the plug. And by the way, it's very important that you do these wires the right length. Because if you do them too long or too short, your wires won't line up inside this plug. You know, if you have to cut them, and you pop that boot right there in that groove into the plug. See, and just perfect on the electric tape job, just right up in there. Like I knew what I was doing, like I'd done this before. You get them flush. Now just pushing the wires over out of the way of the screw hole there. Put your screw cap cover on the back. Then on the front side, you're gonna drop 2 of the nuts down in this cover so you can hold it with your thumbs when you flip it over, and put them screws in there. Just so you can get them started. Do the same thing the other side. See, they're little nut notches made into the plastic. So you can simply, and you always do catty corner. You don't do one side at a time. You could possibly put the plug at an angle and strip it out. I said, do catty corner, just like you would doing some lug nuts on a vehicle. So now I got the settings turned down on this Milwaukee nut driver, so I ain't gonna strip them out. So there you go, guys, and that right there is how you replace the plug on your welder. So now you can, use your welder if if your plug was, like I said, this one was arcing bad. It kept shorting out. Is what it kept doing. It kept tripping the breaker. And I said, this is just a big old Lincoln welder. That's all this one is. But yeah, that's how you replace the plug-in on it. Like I said, this is a 220. If y'all found this video useful on how to replace your electric plug, please hit that thumbs up button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button down there in the corner. Y'all have a great day.